Well, good day's Ashley Yore is live near Grandview at Barley's Smokehouse and Brew Pub.
Yeah, it's just one of the stops on the Microbrew tour. So, Ashley, you're brewing some beer this morning?
That is right. I know, tough gig for me this morning. But are you guys looking for an adventure?
Always.
Always.
I know you're always looking for an adventure. So why not make it a brew adventure? Am I right, Jim?
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. This is actually the launching point for one of our adventures, our Grandview Brewery Tour. So we're here at Barley Smokehouse and Brew Pub in Grandview, and today we're going to treat your viewers to a taste of the brewing process, ingredients, all the different ways to serve beer, and maybe end with some food.
So on the tour, it's not just a one-stop wonder.
No, not at all. Each tour has at least 4 stops. We typically do 3 or 4 beer samples at each, throw in some food, and then a lot of education, a little bit of history, a lot of great stories from the brewers and the owners. So it's a great multi-experience tour.
All right, now I'm listening to you, but I'm watching this guy. This is the Brew Dude, and you guys, I'm going to leave you with this image right here. This is what we're doing all morning long. That just came out of here.
That's
right
out of the fermenter.
Right out of the fermenter. Guys,
Whoa.
This is going to be a really fun morning.
Well, it
Nice.
is 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
Not here, though.
No.
Morning, good day's Ashley Yore is learning the art of brewing beer. She is live near Grandview to do that.
Yeah, the drinking part easy. Brewing it a little more difficult.
Right.
At Barley Smokehouse and Brew Pub. It's just one of the stops on the Microbrew tour, right, Ashley?
That's right, and one of the coolest parts of doing the tour is you actually get to meet the brewers, meet the owners. So you could be meeting the Brew Dude yourself if you go on one of the tours. Look at that smile. How you doing today?
Good, Ashley. How are you?
I'm great, because you are going to tell me how you start making beer.
All right. Well, it's important to know that craft beer has exploded in this town. Columbus is going to be the mecca of the world for craft beer. We've here have been doing it for almost 2 decades, and beer, when it's done right, is real simple. It's got 4 ingredients. It's got malt, hops, yeast, and water. It's that simple.
You have, what's over here?
Well, here we have some malt, and you can see this is basically sprouted barley. The bags behind me are all from England. This is great malt that we like to use instead of Canadian malt, things like that. And you can see right here on this tag here, this was malted just, February 10th. And here it is in our brew pub. These are hop cones. We get most of our hops from the Pacific Northwest, and you can see these are dried, but
Let me smell.
that.
That smells
great?
hoppy. I don't know.
Hoppy,
How do you describe that?
Exactly. And right here's our brew house. This is where we convert the starchy grain to sugar.
This is the first step here. It goes in the mash tun?
First step, convert starch to sugar.
All right. Well, we are going to follow up with that. So you better stay tuned, because we're going from the mash tun on over to when we actually start seeing the beer. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I bet you guys are too.
The tasting part, Ashley. It's all about the tasting. So for more on the Microbrew tour, right? The Microbrew tour, if you want to join in, we make it easy. Just go to our website, myfox28columbus.com. Click on news links to find out how you can get involved. Mug.
They're pretty cool. They're in high demand. Like Good Day's Ashley Yore. She is live this morning at near Grandview at Barley Smokehouse and Brew Pub.
Yes, she is. It's one of the stops on the Microbrew tour. And Ashley, you're learning how to brew some beer. But the question is, have you tasted some this morning?
Yeah, good morning, guys. I am with the Brew Dude himself. So you had showed us a little bit about the first steps. What's the next step of brewing beer?
The next step is really all the hard work. That's where the recipe comes together, and that's in the brew kettle right here. It takes all day. We add hops to the malt, the water, do our recipe, and then we come over here to the fermentation room where the beer sits for 3 to 4 weeks for us. The yeast is in here. When the beer comes in here, the yeast starts getting to work, and the yeast is an amazing animal. all it does is create carbon dioxide and alcohol. So we like yeast cells.
All right, and after the 3 to 4 weeks, what comes out?
Well, we'll get a beer out of it. And this is actually a pretty young beer. But you can see how bubbly and creamy it is already.
And that's the way it's supposed to look when it comes out?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it'll start settling down. It'll get clearer with time. And here's what we'd like to do.
You gotta give it a taste. How does that taste?
It is coming along well.
So how many types do you do here? Because it's not just this one.
Well, we've done about 60 styles of beer since we opened 15 and a half years ago. And we do like maybe 6 different IPAs. Our West Coast series is coming up. In fact, that was brewed yesterday, Left Coast Pale Ale. And we do a lot of seasonals. So in the summer, you can expect nice wheat beers. We do a great cherry wheat.
Awesome. You got a lot of choices. And one that I just want to leave you guys with, come sneak around this way. Look at that. You've got your bourbon barrel ale right there. Who's a fan of that one? Guys?
Hey, there you go. If they need to empty that barrel first before they put the beer in it, I mean, we might be able to help with that.
I was going to say, I think that one may have Pete's name all over it.
That sounds pretty
good. What do you think, Carolyn?
Thanks,
I can't
Ashley.
stop laughing, Ashley. It's not you. I don't know what
It's just the tasting. You know, if you could taste all 60 varieties, you can go on the Microbrew tour. For more information, go to myfox28columbus.com and click on News Links.
Well, good morning. Good days. Ashley Yore is learning the art of, have you seen? She's kind of in the brewing business this morning, bright and early.
She's making it happen in Grandview this morning. She's at Barley's Smokehouse and Brew Pub, which is just one of the stops on the Microbrew tour. Good morning again, Ashley.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, this is really cool because if you've ever wondered how your favorite beer is made, you can find that out along with a lot of history about beer. I'm finding out things I didn't even know about, hanging out with Jim. I mean, what is this bottle? This is pretty cool.
Yeah, this is a bottle from the Hoster Brewing Company, which was the oldest brewery in Columbus. It started in 1836.
1836?
Yeah.
I didn't even know we had a brewery in 1836.
Yeah, great brewing tradition here in Columbus, and obviously Barley Smokehouse is part of that new tradition, or newer. They've been around for over 15 years at this location.
So tell me about why you start the tour here.
Well, obviously Barley's is great for a lot of different reasons. One of the reasons we stop here is because they serve beer more ways than anybody else. So they serve by the tower, which is right here. Angelo, their brewer, is going to pour a beer for us. I might try that later.
Comes directly from our serving tanks.
All right.
15 feet away.
They also serve by the cask and the firkin, which is an example that you see right here. That is a great way to sample beer. People can also come in and buy Barley's beer by the growler, which is a great way to take some home to try later. It's about as fresh as it gets. And behind Angelo, behind me, you'll see Angelo using a beer engine, which is a traditional English way to serve beer. It's basically a hydraulic pump. So it's kind of think of like an old water pump like in the movies. So you're using that to pull the beer into the glass.
All right, very cool.
Nitro. Yeah, so all types of ways to serve beer here.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one before. And Angelo, you are the man who is putting all these tastes together. Do you like meeting all the people on the tour?
It's so much fun. I enjoy these tours so much. It's like a celebration of the magic that is craft brewing.
All right, that is beautiful. The magic that is craft brewing, guys. If you don't want to experience that, I mean, I don't know what else I can say to sell you on it.
I think you're probably the best advocate for microbrews I've ever seen.
Sold. Thanks, Ashley.
It sure beats the polar vortex, guys.
Absolutely. Cannot disagree with that at all.
All right, and if you'd like more on Microbrew and the tour going on, you can go to myfox28columbus.com and click on News Links.